softening of water method involves removal of all ions present in water, hence it is called demineralization process. Ion exchange resins are insoluble, cross-linked long-chain organic polymers. They are used in the demineralization chamber. It consists of macroporous structure with a functional group for exchange of ions. The resins are made up of styrene divinyl benzene polymer. There are two types of resins. One is cation exchanging resins and one is the anion exchange resin. The cation exchange resin exchange the cation with the which it is in contact with the water. Anion exchange resin exchange anion. So softening of water is done by ion exchange process. An ion exchange unit consists of a two compartment. One of them is used to place a cation exchange resin. Another one is an anion exchange resin. For the regeneration of these resins, the two compartments, the regeneration units are attached. Here, the water sample containing a mineral is first allowed to pass through the cation exchange resin, which exchange H plus ions with the calcium and magnesium ions. So, our H plus ion is taken as a cation, the H plus ion which bind with the cation exchange resins, which exchange with the calcium ion, forming and liberates H plus ion. At the same time, the anion exchange, and then after removing all the cation, then water is passed through a anion exchange resins, where the anion OH minus ion exchange with the Cl minus ions. So the water collected from anion exchange resin and the cation exchange is totally free from all minerals. Now H plus ion formed at cation exchange resin and OH minus formed at anion exchange resin combine to form water. Then regeneration of these ion exchange resins. After production of large quantity of water, demineralized water, the ion exchange capacity decreases. It can be regenerated by passing the cation exchange resin is regenerated by passing a large quantity of hydrochloric acid. So that the resin which contain Mg2 plus exchange with H plus ion and regeneration of resin take place. Similarly, the anion exchange resin is regenerated by passing sodium hydroxide OH minus ion exchange with the Cl minus ion. So the resin bed which is then washed with the water, soft water, to remove all salts. The advantage of this one is water is of very low hardness is produced. Method employed is the softening of water is highly acidic or alkaline. Water produced by this method is used to boil a free water. Advantage is sample, if it is sample water is turbid, it cannot be used. Equipment is a costly one. Then desalination process. The process of removal of dissolved salt from seawater to the extent of water can be usable for desalination. Desalination is done by reverse osmosis process. A semi-permeable member is placed between a seawater and a pure water. The solvent has a natural tendency to flow from the membrane to the seawater due to osmotic pressure. The osmotic pressure can be removed by applying a pressure on the seawater which is greater than the osmotic pressure. Results in a pressure water tends to flow from seawater to fresh water called reverse osmosis. The process is carried out in a reverse osmosis cell. So it consists of the seawater is separated from a fresh water through a semi-permeable membrane made up of a cellulose acetate or a PMME, polyamide, etc. These membranes are separated between a perforated plates. A pressure of about 15 to 40 kilojoule per centimeter is applied on the saline water. As a result, reverse osmosis of fresh water moves through a semi-permeable membrane from seawater to fresh water and can be collected from the outlet of the bottom of the cell. The fresh water contains less than 100 milligram per liter of dissolved salt. This is a reverse osmosis unit.